Welcome back, everybody, to Real Talk in the Quiet Room. Today, we are going to be sitting down and talking with our spa director and esthetician as well, Megan Ramos.
Hello, hello.
I love saying your last name now.
So weird. Like,
if you didn't know, fun fact, Megan just got married.
It's been like 2 months almost.
I know. Can you believe that?
No, it's insane.
Gosh. Really fun wedding, you guys. That was so much fun.
Wedding of the year.
So yeah, I am so excited to sit down and talk with you and chat it up.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
So excited.
Yes.
So nervous though.
I know, but it's gonna be okay. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna chit the chat and it's all gonna be good. So some people don't know, or I guess most people don't know, that you used to work at a daycare. So
yeah,
you're very well qualified to manage and take care of us.
I don't know. Kids, I feel like I can reason with more sometimes than y'all crazies.
Yeah. Adults are hard to manage.
Yeah.
I also managed a spa at one point in life when I was pregnant with Colt. And it's just a whole set of different challenges. Like,
yeah.
I think if you're a manager at all, like just dealing day to day with your employees, you're kind of just like putting out fires all day long. Constant.
Yeah.
So, kudos to you, Megan, because
Thank you.
we like very much appreciate you because it can get crazy sometimes. I love when people say like, oh, I would just love to work at a spa because it's so relaxing.
You probably get services all the time.
Yeah, and that is typically not the case. No. Just like anywhere else, anywhere that you would work, like you have, your ups and downs throughout the day. You're still dealing with clients and doing customer service. All those kinds of things are still the same.
Yep.
Obviously dealing with us, service providers, sometimes we can get a little bit, I don't want to say demanding. That's probably not the right word.
No,
but we just get a little bit particular sometimes.
It's a lot of personalities.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, we're family.
Absolutely.
We bicker like family.
Yep.
But we love each other like family.
Yeah.
And we will die on that.
I mean,
like family.
Yeah, just like family.
Like,
like literally we have ups and downs like family.
Yeah.
Like where we're good with one person and then the next week
like,
something happens.
At me weird. Like, are we good? Because you gave me a funny look the other day.
And then that person is like, oh, what are you talking
sorry.
about? Nothing.
Yeah.
Like it was all good.
Yep.
I mean, but like I said, it's just one of those things where just like anywhere you would work, you're gonna have your moments.
Yeah.
And I just think that since you took over for Morgan, like you've done such a great job. Because like real high standards to live up to.
Yes. Big shoes to fill.
Morgan
no
very much spoiled us.
Yes.
And we realized very quickly like everything that she was doing when she wasn't doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So
I think all of us felt it.
Yeah, like we really did. It was like
shift.
It was a very big shift.
Yeah.
But I really just truly feel like you handled it so well with such grace.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, you just like strapped up and we're like, okay.
I mean, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, it was some big shoes
like,
to fill.
Hey,
yeah.
All right, we're doing it.
We're doing it. We can't sink. The ship cannot sink.
We're gonna float.
I know.
We have to.
It was good though.
Yeah.
What is the like most difficult thing you experienced since becoming the director?
100% filling Morgan's shoes.
Really?
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, scheduling is confusing sometimes, and if you haven't like worked in a spa setting for long, it's hard to like see the big picture and all of the moving parts for that.
Especially like more so detailed when it comes to packages.
Yes.
And multiple services happening at the, you know, back to back.
Yep.
Because that's a huge thing for us, is people coming in, and we're such a one-stop shop that a lot of the time they like to group their services together, which is great. And it's obviously something that we very much cater to. And, you know, so like you said, seeing the big picture can be confusing sometimes.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And making sure we're staffed.
Yes.
Like, that's probably the craziest part, is like making sure how many people is too many, how many people is not enough. I mean, sometimes you can feel that more than others. Like, say spring, summer, we're going to be slammed. Winter gets a little quieter, you know? So it's just trying to find that balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that and filling Morgan's shoes were probably the craziest. Because it was someone who's been here for 8 years. Yeah. Basically running the show for 8 years. Hired everyone in this building. Literally. So everyone had to adjust to new management, new forms of management. Right. Lee was more hands-on. Yeah. And adjusting to that. I mean, it was a lot of change because y'all took it on
together, really, and truly.
100%. You know? I could not have taken that position at that point without Lee's help, because I wouldn't say I was ill prepared, but
I mean, you had only been an assistant manager for
not even assistant. I was front desk.
Oh my god! I totally
so I was front desk and then jumped up.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like you said, like until Morgan left, I don't think anyone really realized how much she carried.
Was doing. Yeah.
So I think that was probably
we were very
thing.
Spoiled.
Yeah.
Very spoiled.
We were.
Yes.
Yeah. We had to put our big girl pants on and say, all right, 100%. We can do it.
Yeah. I mean, because again, like we couldn't fail. We had to keep going.
Yep.
But I think, though, you being in such a unique position as far as being the director, running the show, but then also being a service provider, gives you two different views, two different outlooks. And it gives you a very unique position to kind of see literally what's going on in the back and what's going on in the front. And then obviously working closely with Lee on things that none of us know what's going on, you know?
The things that go on behind closed doors.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, all of that is just a very unique position that nobody's ever done here before.
Yeah.
I mean,
which I love, because I mean, when I'm working up front, I see the nail techs, I see the hair team, like I get to intermingle with all of them. I get to meet all of the clients. I get to be a part of all of that. And I feel like sometimes, like back here, it can feel kind of secluded.
Yeah. You walk through the doors and then it's just a whole different world. It's a whole different world for sure.
Like I don't see y'all back here as much. I don't see, you know, because you're not up front like intermingling, because you're
or we just briefly go up there, grab the clients, come back, and then escort them back out. Like,
things are supposed to be
right.
But it's weird. So I love my skin days because I get to be back here and get to like be a part of it all.
Yeah.
I feel like that gives me the opportunity to kind of see what's going on back here, what needs adjusted.
Yeah.
Kind of all of that. But it's a different place to be. I'm just very thankful for, first of all, for like my regulars, because my schedule is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm only like every other week, a few days a week. Like my schedule's hard. And I have very patient clients that I am very thankful for, who understand that I am also running the front.
Right.
And they're very patient with me. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very hard to find too, because anybody could easily just go to somebody else, even here, you know, or go somewhere else in town or whatever, you know, that they wanted to do. But for them to like stick with you and be like, okay, well, when is her next availability, you know, and I can just kind of work with that, I think is so special.
Yeah, I definitely have a good.
Congrats to you.
Thank you.
And congrats to all of Megan's clients. You were very well taken care of.
Very thankful for all of you because we all know it's crazy.
Yeah. What are like some pros and cons? I mean, just kind of.
Definitely getting to meet everyone is the pro of working up front.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm someone who likes to have control, so that's fun because I can like manage all of that, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I like the organization part of it. And yeah, getting to meet everybody and schedule everyone. And I'm a people person. While I'm an introvert, I'm definitely a people person.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just meeting with all the regulars who are in here and like seeing how their families are doing. And I mean, I just love that. Yeah. And
getting to know their lives and what they're into.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
I just like the socialization part of that.
Yeah.
So much. It's so much fun. But I mean, the con would be that my schedule is limited.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's only so much I can do.
Right.
In both.
Yeah.
Like, in both.
100%.
I have to, it's a very delicate balance.
Yes.
Juggling it all.
No, definitely.
But I mean, we have a great front desk team. We have great management.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't do it without the team that we have. For sure.
Yeah.
They take a lot of weight from me.
Well, we just work really well together, I feel like, too. You know, we're always very supportive of each other and, you know, do what we can to help each other out because we're a team.
Yeah.
And
100%.
That is like such a big thing, especially here at the retreat, is just trying to be a team.
Yeah.
And trying to, you know, always lift each other up and
look out for each other.
And look out for each other. And, you know, things happen. People get sick or car breaks down or whatever it is, you know, and I mean, everybody's life is all going all different directions, but we still all work here. So it's such a huge thing that I think like we've talked about a lot this year is just leaving like the bad energy at the door and trying to walk in every day at work and be 110% and ready to go and just kind of, you know, tossing all the stuff in behind us just because, you know, clients have a higher expectation of services and I mean 9 times out of 10 they don't want to hear about our problems.
No, they want us to listen to theirs.
We are the therapists. Yes. That's what they're paying us for.
Which we have to leave everything at the door so that we can take that on.
Yeah.
Which is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
A whole other thing.
Literally.
Like, it is a big misconception that we're just here rubbing people down.
Yeah, it's
like
it's not even that we're hearing like sad stories or sob stories or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just like hearing, you know, or just catching up with someone.
Yeah.
And on their life, just because you're having to engage, you're having to use, you know, listening and all the things and dedicate time and space for that person.
And trying to like remember the things,
all the things that you talked about before, or you know, something that you know might have happened last time that you wanted to bring up again and check in with them from their previous service, or you know, things like that. It's like just your brain's just like going.
Yeah,
and
100 miles per hour.
So even just like pleasant conversations. Not even, you know, actual real therapy.
It's like talking all day long.
Yeah, because you're jumping from one person to the next, to the next, to the next. And then it's like by the end of the day, you've been talking all day long that you're just like drained.
Yeah. I can't tell you how often I drive home with like the radio off.
I used to do that.
Sit in silence.
I used to do that.
Like I don't even have kids yet. I'm like, I'm shutting the radio off. We're driving home in silence. I, like sit in my driveway for like 10 minutes.
Oh, that is such a thing. That is such a thing. Literally.
It's a game changer.
No, like I literally I pull into my garage and I'm like, I will sit there for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and just like scroll on my phone. Have like a few minutes of peace.
Drink some water.
Like, yes, I had peace on the drive, but like I was focused on driving.
Right.
I want to just
now I'm
mindlessly
in park
scroll.
And I want to sit here
before I go in and
before I have to go inside and do all the things and, you know, go back to that life.
My husband and my dogs.
Yes, all the doggos.
The doggies.
Alrighty, well, you're also an esthetician.
I am.
Yes.
Yep.
So let's talk skin. I mean, we could be here for hours, honestly. I feel like I talk to you about skin the most just because I feel we have similar brains. And I love like going up there and being like, hey, can I use your skin brain really quickly?
Yes.
Because I need to bounce some ideas off of you.
Yep.
Here's the sitch. What do you think? And it usually goes great. So thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh my gosh, of course. The perks of also working up front.
Yep. Exactly. All the retail, all the samples, everything, you know it all. So
I try.
Yeah. I'm like, what's back ordered? What's on hand? What do we have samples for? Give me the situation. You're like, XYZ. Boom. Done. Bag it up for you.
Drop.
Megan's like, yeah, I'm going to put it on the ticket and put it in a bag and it's already going to be all ready to go. And you just, boom.
Here you go.
There you go. I mean, what do you love the most about being an esthetician? Like, what got you started?
So when I was working at the daycare, I had, there was my assistant teacher. She was an esthetician. She had just graduated.
Oh, awesome.
Her name is Ashton. She works here in town.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out Ashton. But she had just graduated and I was struggling really bad with like, what was I, like in my early 20s? So like early 20s acne, like really bad.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I don't know, we would just like talk about it every day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, what about this? What about that? And I would always break out in the same spots. Like, what does that mean? And she kind of like ignited my interest in it. Fast forward years later, I ran the daycare for a little bit. We parted ways. And when that happened, I was like, it's now or never.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to school. I graduated in 2020.
Ooh, COVID. Bummer.
Like the month it happened.
Oh my god.
So it was, yeah, I've been licensed 4 years, been practicing, I would say like 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, if I did not meet her, I probably would not be doing what I'm doing.
You really think so?
Yeah. I mean, I literally didn't even know that it was a thing until she was like telling me about it. I had no idea.
Oh, like it was a profession?
I had no clue.
No way,
that people
Megan.
got facials. I didn't even know what that meant.
What?
Yeah. I had no idea.
Oh my god. So then how were you when you got your very first facial?
Okay, so funny story. When I decided that this is what I wanted to do, Nick was like, you need to get a facial with my mom because you've never had one. Like, how are you going to know if that's even what you want to do?
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, she used to work here actually. So I came in and like got a facial. I got my first facial here.
No way.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so she gave me a facial.
Well, Stacey, you obviously did a great job to
literally
push her to
I was like the most relaxed I've ever been in my life.
It was unlike anything.
Why would I have a stressful job when I can make people feel like this?
Yeah.
And that's what I did. Signed up for school like a week later.
That is so awesome. Oh my gosh, Megan, what a full circle moment though.
I know.
Wow.
I know. It's so weird.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
But like really cool because that's so unique that like doesn't typically happen. And you always hear, I don't know, I feel like you always hear kind of like the same thing as far as like why people go to school to be an esthetician or just even work in a spa or be, licensed in spa like industry. So that is so awesome.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Who would have ever thought?
It's just like everything lined up.
The stars all aligned.
Everything happens for a reason.
So, I mean, I guess you just, what do you love the most about being an esthetician?
I think the biggest thing for me, and especially recently, but I mean, obviously we're there to like make people relax and feel good.
Right.
But I try to make it a point to, because I struggled with acne really bad and had like my own skin problems, as soon as someone lays on my table, I find like my favorite thing about their face and like my favorite thing about their skin and like compliment them on that.
Yeah.
Because, and honestly, like the last 3 or 4 clients I've had that have been new, got like emotional and were like, oh, thank you. Like the last place I went, all they did was like tell me what was wrong and like, oh, I need to use this product or I need to do X, Y, and Z. And like, they were like, so I'm glad my skin's not as far off as I thought it was.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
That just like breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Because that's, I mean, getting a facial is like so intimate.
It's very vulnerable. I mean, you are stripped down.
Yeah, I'm like in your face.
Like nobody's
microscoping your skin.
Literally like, mag lamp.
Yeah.
Right on.
Right on.
Everything.
Yeah, it's a very
nothing like, goes unseen.
Vulnerable situation.
Yeah.
So I always try to start off, complimenting what I see as beautiful in their skin. No one's skin is perfect.
No one.
Everyone's skin has pores. Perfect. Everyone's skin has wrinkles. Everyone
texture
feels some type of way.
All
and we're
the things.
Our own worst critics.
Yes.
So I feel like coming from a professional, hearing what someone thinks is beautiful about their skin, brightens people's days. That.
I mean, 100%, because I think being so vulnerable and stripped down to like the bare nothing can be really it can make people feel very self-conscious.
Yeah.
And we're, like you said, our worst critics. Like we can be everything. People tell me all the time, like, oh, you have such beautiful skin, such great skin. And I'm just like, yeah, thanks. But on the inside, I'm like,
you're like,
okay, well, let me show you this.
There's that.
And this. And that just came up yesterday.
Yeah.
And, I'm having some hormonal stuff as well. So, it's so
And we know better than to do that.
I know.
So for the average person, I mean,
they're probably 10 times.
They're sitting in their microscope mirrors, their mag lamp mirrors.
Yeah.
Picking apart nobody sees your skin that close.
With all the different lighting, too. With all the different lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's scary sometimes. No, yeah. I think I was like, I don't even remember. I was probably in middle school the first time I got like a big lamp that had like, it was like the big mirror. And on one side of the mirror was like a regular mirror, and then on the other side was the mag mirror, and then it had 2 like lights on the side. I think it was from like Con Air or something. And you would like, there was like a dial on it, and it was like click click click, and it was like 4 different lighting. And for whatever reason, it was like, okay, if I tweezed my eyebrows, because I know I would do it in this lighting because I could see it better. Or, if I switched it to sunlight, then I was like doing makeup or, like, and it never looked the same.
No.
And then I'd go out in the sunlight.
And heaven help you, it's probably worse there.
It was terrible.
Yeah, those things are
awful. I look
awful.
back on pictures and I'm like, why did anybody let me go out like that? Like, woo!
People probably tried to tell us no, but we just didn't listen.
Yeah, we didn't.
We're like, you don't know what you're talking about. We're trendy.
Yeah. I know, right?
Yeah,
nobody can tell us anything.
No.
I can't. My mom used to tell me too, she would be like, I don't understand why you wear black mascara, black eyeliner. It just doesn't do anything for you. And she was like, you need to wear brown. And I never listened to her.
Brown was a sin.
Brown was 100% a sin.
You could not wear brown.
No, you had to wear black.
That's gross.
Like,
brown was a gross color.
I rarely even saw brown.
No.
I think only maybe like CoverGirl made brown.
Yeah.
But you know what I wear now?
Brown. So do I.
Yeah.
If I don't have brown eyeshadow on.
So thanks, Mom. I did finally listen to your advice. And
it's because we're grown.
I know. Yeah. No more. I mean, I still like to wear a nice little wing, but with getting older, yeah, though. Yep, you got to smear it out just a little bit. And I don't wear bottom eyeliner anymore either because that's a no-go.
That's a no. It's so harsh.
No bottom eyeliner.
So sorry.
Yeah. But with skincare, it can be very overwhelming. There's so many different products, so many different product lines.
Yeah.
And it can get very confusing very quickly. I feel like even for us.
I was going to say it. Even I'm confused.
Also because like more professional product lines are constantly coming up with new formulations or updating certain products or discontinuing certain products.
Which has been happening a lot lately.
Yeah. And it was pretty crazy during the pandemic too, because it was just like nobody could get their hands on anything.
Yep.
And I mean, the effects of it was crazy.
Yeah.
But it can, like I said, it can be very, very overwhelming. So for somebody who's never had a facial before or is just coming in to try and get on some type of regimen, what do you feel like are like the base products if you're starting from like ground zero?
Like knows nothing.
Fresh off
the street.
They fresh off the street. They got no home care. They got nothing at home.
They don't have TikTok inspo. Because that's something you got to fight against.
That is something you have to fight against. And Amazon.
Oh. Don't get me started.
Don't buy your products from Amazon.
Please don't.
That's a whole nother topic. Again,
yeah, no.
We could be here for hours. Just so everybody knows, this is also a part 1. We're going to do a part 2.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned.
We could
talk forever and ever and ever. But back to the base zero products.
100% you need the SkinCeuticals, like, gentle cleanser.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you do the one that's milky or you do the Simply Clean that's foamy.
Yeah.
I prefer the Simply Clean.
Same.
If you're going to do one, do the Simply Clean.
Yeah. If you're going to spend money on a professional product, just go for the Simply Clean.
Yeah. Morning, night.
Mm-hmm.
Just night, if we're just getting into it. I will probably get a lot of hate for that. But, like, please at least just wash your face at night.
Yeah.
At least. If you have a client who's like, I'm not going to do it twice a day, I literally tell them, that's fine. Just do it at night.
Then just do it at night.
Just do it at night.
Yeah.
And don't wash your face in the morning and just put your products on.
Mm-hmm.
Second product. Oh.
I actually did that a lot, though. I did that. I'm glad that you said that about just cleansing at night. Mm-hmm. I did that when I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Because double, like, cleansing twice a day when I was pregnant, it would just dry the hell out of my skin.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I tried to keep as much of the same regimen as possible, but I'm so glad that you said that, though, because a lot of the time I was like, I'm not even going to tell anybody I'm doing this because
I still wash my face in the morning, maybe 10% of the time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I mean, that's okay.
I have more important things to do.
And sometimes it's like that. Life gets the best of you.
I'll put my products on. All I did was sleep. I'm fine. My pillows are clean. I wash my pillows every week, you know.
Good.
Everything's clean, but yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe 10% of the time do I wash my face in the morning.
Well, I mean, you know, it's just part of life. And I also tell clients all the time, I'm like, look, if you're doing something at home and you like the way that it's working on your skin,
who am I to tell you different?
Great. Like,
if it's working, it's working.
If it's working, it's working. Like, if you're happy and you're satisfied, then...
Some people are just born with really good genetics. And you don't need...
Yep.
Sorry. But some people just don't need...
Yeah. All the stuff. All the serums, all the things. Routine. Yes. Yeah.
Some people can live off of just their cleanser.
And some people really enjoy doing the whole 10-step routine.
Yeah.
You know, like it's part of their
self-care.
Their self-care. Mm-hmm. You know, there's other aspects to it other than, you know, trying to do something to your skin.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. It's like a ritual.
Yes.
Your nightly ritual.
Okay, so we got the cleanser.
We need a moisturizer.
Okay.
My personal favorite is either going to be the HA Intensifier.
Mm-hmm.
or the Daily Greens.
Oh, yeah. I love me some. That's what I use.
So the HA is SkinCeuticals. The Daily Greens is
Sorella.
I love both. You need a moisturizer.
Yeah.
You need a cleanser, a moisturizer, and then your third, you need an SPF.
100%.
I don't care who you are.
Preach it.
Where you been.
Nope.
What?
Everybody. Everybody's skin.
Every single person.
If you're a human,
I don't care if you have all the melanin or none of the melanin. You need SPF.
It doesn't matter what Fitzpatrick you are.
No.
Where you are on the spectrum of skin color.
Not at all.
You need it.
I heard that at the daycare all the time. All the time. I had parents like, well, my son's Hispanic. He doesn't need it.
Yeah, he does.
Like, yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. Because you know why? Because 7 years from now, that's when your son's skin is going to show the effects of today's sunburn.
Yep.
If you didn't know that,
needs it.
You need
it.
Takes
7 years.
Takes 7 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
So everybody.
Number 1, amen.
Cleanse, moisturize, SPF.
SPF.
If I could throw a fourth in there, if I could get someone to do it, they need a vitamin C.
Yeah.
To pair with their SPF. Those are best friends.
Best friends. Besties.
Keep the pigmentation away. Help keep your skin young.
Yep.
But if we're going basics, those 3 things for sure.
Yeah. Well, I love that. If anything, that is the exact routine that I do. As far as the lowest maintenance.
Right.
If I'm just trying to get out the door, things are happening, whatever. Cleanse, moisturize, SPF.
Sometimes you can find an SPF that seems really moisturizing for your skin too, and you're like, you know what? This is what I have today.
Yep.
Slap that on.
Yep.
You know what did it for me? It was in school. They showed us a picture of a trucker, and they were like, he never went outside. Like, really, he was always in the car driving. Literally, one side of his face looked like he was like 100 years old, and the other he looked like he was 40.
No way.
Like, I put my SPF on even if I know I'm not going to go outside. Like,
yeah,
because my windows in my house do not have UV protection. That's how crazy I am about it. Because of that picture. Why. It's crazy.
That's why.
Like, no, I'm not outside when I'm driving.
But guess what? Your driving hand, or you're driving, or if you got your hand on the steering wheel, that hand
will age quicker than your
age quicker. Yeah. I have this terrible habit of on the driving, and I just rest it there on the stick or on the shift, and that's just what I do.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to work on that. I also, though, will dust some Jane SPF on my because at least it won't get like all greasy, or not greasy, but SPF-y.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's a good trick.
I've been trying to do that a little bit lately. Also because I got a new car, and so like I'm sitting a little bit higher than I had been. So
you feel like you're an inch closer to the sun.
Yeah. Well, it's just like more of my hands are exposed.
Yeah.
So before, where I was in my Fusion, it was like everything was lower. And then it was just like I would just flip things and, move some stuff, and it was like dark. Also, my car was like tinted like crazy. Yeah. Like it was illegal, honestly. Because they changed the law. So, anyways, that's a different story. But, the tint is different now. So I'm just trying to adjust and, yeah. What is something that has been challenging, though, for you as being an esthetician?
I talk a lot about imposter syndrome, and I think that is going to be what's hardest. Is like, I am well educated in this. I do research. I watch all the videos. Every time I'm emailed something, I read it.
All the trends.
I keep up with it.
We dive in.
But I just feel like sometimes when I'm talking, I'm like, am I saying the right thing?
Yeah.
Am I like recommending the right stuff? Do I remember that correctly? Like, fully second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
And having enough faith in myself to be like, no, trust the regiment, like trust what you gave them, like you know what you're talking about.
100%.
But you just get in your head.
Yeah. I mean, just like with anything, I think it's probably just because clients are trusting us to give a recommendation. They're spending money on a product. And because we work in a professional setting, products are professional, and so they're more expensive than if you went to like Ulta or Target or, you know, somewhere where you could get something over the counter. So yeah, it's a little bit more intimidating because they're just relying on us, trusting us to make that recommendation.
Right.
But there is so much that goes into skincare.
Yeah.
And even with each professional line, like the amount of research and things that they do to be able to say the things that they say. I mean, we both know too, sometimes you can say something and just reword it a little bit. And a lot of companies get away with that. But again, that's another thing that we could talk about. So they're just trusting us to make those decisions and to give them the best recommendation, because obviously we just spent time staring at their skin, working it, feeling it. And
well, and two, I think that every mind is different. And so like what I would recommend for someone may not be what you would look at their skin and say, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
To get you where you want to go.
Yeah.
So if you have a client who's seen, you know, 3 different people and they've been told 3 different things, they may not be wrong.
Right.
You know, like, I'm not saying that, you know, what someone else said is wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in my opinion, this is the route that I would go.
Right.
But again, that's not to say any of the ways are wrong. It's just a different way of seeing things, because there are so many different products and so many different ways that you can get to where you're going.
Right.
But yeah, so then that gets you second guessing yourself, and you're like, oh, well, were they right? Like, should we do that?
Yeah.
You know, it's just, which is why I appreciate that you come to me like with ideas and like, oh, let me bounce this off of you.
Yes.
What should I do? X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Because it's like everyone's mind works differently. And everyone's mind is going to see things differently.
Oh, no, definitely. And then on top of that, like, I just also feel like even being estheticians, we don't use the same line for everything. No. We use like multiple lines.
Yeah.
For multiple products.
No one line is going to be 110% at every single product.
Right. Yeah. So you're going to maybe want to pull Sorella and SkinCeuticals and, you know, maybe some Yonka too.
Yeah.
Like, and kind of just make a little take home thing of, here's what you're going to do.
Yep.
You know, because I think this product might work better for you.
And I've had clients ask me like, oh, well, should I be like mixing lines like that? People think they shouldn't do it. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, because you're not going to buy everything from the same line. I mean, I guess some people do that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that either.
Right.
You know, but yeah, I mean, I certainly don't do that.
I don't.
I mean,
I have my favorites in each line.
Yeah. And I also use some drugstore stuff too. So, you know, I mean, it's limited. Okay. It's not like everything. It's not the most important things. I'm just saying though, some stuff I use, like if I'm in a pinch or, you know, I'm going out of town and I forget something, and then I'm like, damn, guess I gotta stop at CVS. Tisk. I know.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. What do you feel like is the most overrated product that you've ever used before?
This is a little controversial.
Oh Lord, I like controversy though.
I feel like you'll agree with me.
Okay.
I think eye cream is a scam.
Ah, yes.
I'm so sorry to like
screw the eye cream.
Whoever that's gonna make mad, but I really just think I think it's a scam.
There's
one product, the Yonka Phyto Contour.
The Phyto.
That is the only one I have ever felt does anything. Mm-hmm. But
which helps with puffiness.
Yes.
And
dark circles.
A little dark circle, but it's not going anywhere.
I don't think it helps with the dark circles.
It
does help me with the puffiness. You can feel it working. Mm-hmm. But that is the only product that, as far as eye creams go, or eye serums, whatever you want to call them, That's the only one that I've ever felt did anything.
Yeah.
And they're expensive.
They are so expensive. And you get like the tiniest little amount of product.
I'm just confused as to why people don't think they can bring their moisturizer all the way up to under their eyes and all their serums up to under their eye. I just think it's a scam.
I do it.
Yeah.
I do it. I cannot tell you how many different eye things I've tried. Because I have had dark circles under my eyes since I was born.
Yeah.
Since I was born.
Yep.
Literally.
And in your case, it's genetic. It's not going anywhere.
Exactly. I've also had wrinkles under my eyes since I was like a kid.
Yep.
And so obviously now being 33, probably my under eyes look like I'm 43. But
that is so dramatic.
You know. Well, I told you the other day I've been trying this different product and trying to see if it will illuminate and brighten. I'm not trying to get it to, it's not going to take the wrinkles away, and it's not going to make my dark circles go away, but it will. I think it has been working a little bit. Yeah, it's definitely been amping the concealer for sure.
Shouts out Fenty.
Shouts out Fenty. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I would rather spend it on like a mask or a exfoliant.
Yep.
Hell, I'd rather get a chemical peel.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
That peel I did the other day, my skin's never looked better.
Oh my God. Did you do the brightening?
Yes.
Oh.
So good.
So good.
I want to do it again already, but I know I can't.
I know.
Like,
it's summertime. Peel, I mean, well, I will say though, the Sorella ones seem to be like summertime friendly.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that they're self-neutralizing because that's a game changer.
Game changer. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of.
And they're buildable. You don't have a ton of flaking.
Yep.
Which I was.
And the downtime is very minimal, if anything.
Yeah. I was nervous about it because I was like, if I'm going to peel, I want to peel.
I know. So why do we feel that way?
Because that's just like what we've been like
conditioned to think.
That's like what's ingrained in our minds.
Yeah. It's like I want my
crazy
skin
flaking
to peel
peels
off. I just want to pull like a VI peel and just like, or use the scissors.
Oh, it's so satisfying.
So satisfying.
But I mean, it did wonders. Which me and Allison have been doing something on my hands. Because, so I had, when I came back from the honeymoon, I had really bad hyperpigmentation on my hands.
Really?
I got these weird bug bites and like a weird rash. Yeah, it's a whole thing. And when the bug bites and the rash went away,
the pigmentation
was like dark brown. And she did one round on my hands, and I'm just saying, y'all keep your eye out for that because we got some before and afters coming.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
It's wild.
People don't think about doing chemical peels on their hands. I mean, you obviously see people do them like here on the décolleté and stuff too. It's just like an added section from the face. But like hands, that could be a game changer.
It's wild.
Did it go away?
It's like gone.
It's pretty much gone?
It's like gone. And we only did one round. I'm going to have her do another on like the spots where my rash was.
Yeah.
But gone.
Did any of it go hypopigmentation?
Mm-mm.
Wow. That just means that the skin turns white. So there's, instead of dark, it's white.
Yep. Yeah, no, it was like brown. It was so ugly. And it was predominantly on my left hand. So I was like, my ring hand.
I can't show off my ring now.
Yeah. But now I can.
You're like, it's back to normal. Shout out to Sorella.
We love it.
What are your favorite 3 products right now?
Okay. I am, first of all, I'm going to start out with the Jane Iredale Powder Me SPF.
Yes.
Because
I've been dusting on my hands.
That stuff's a game changer.
Dude.
So whenever I work skin, I feel like I don't wear as much makeup as when I'm up front. So it's a little bit easier to like touch up my SPF and do what I need to do when I'm like in my skin mode. But when I'm up front, like I'm the first face, like I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I wear a little more makeup. I'm a little on the heavier side.
Foundation, a little bit heavier bronzer.
Yeah.
Some
so it's
extra
hard
highlight.
to like, technically you're supposed to reapply every 2 hours. It's hard to do that. But with my Powder Me SPF, I just dust her on, good to go. And then I'm not like shiny anymore.
Yeah, it is a good refresh.
I literally have it in my purse.
Same.
I don't leave without it.
Yeah.
In my bag.
I took it with me when we took Colt on the cruise.
Yeah.
And I used it on him too because it does come in different shades.
Yes.
But
there's like 5 shades. So it's not a huge range, but I mean it's pretty like there's no coverage.
It sets in really well. Yeah. So like even the one that I got, I think I got like the nude. When I dust it on, it looks maybe just a tad bit lighter. Yeah. But then once it sets, it's like totally normal. Yeah. So, yeah.
I think it's 30, isn't it?
It is 30.
Yeah. Which is great. Love that.
I know. A lot of people think like just because it's a 30 means it's not as good as a 50.
Did you know you shouldn't use anything over 50?
Yeah, I did know that.
Because it's all chemicals.
It's literally all chemicals.
No extra coverage.
Yeah, no, it's like it's just 30, I think chemicals. Is 30% is, I think, 97% coverage. And then as it goes up, like 50 is, I think, like 99. Yeah. Or 98% coverage. But you still have to reapply it every 2 hours. Yep. It doesn't matter if it's 30 and it does, or 50. Yep. It still has to be 2 hours. It's just the amount of coverage that changes. Yeah. And so 30 to 50, if we're talking like 96, 97% coverage, 98, 99, it's not a huge difference. Yeah. You still have to reapply it 2 hours later.
Every 2 hours. So that's going to be my number 1.
Yeah.
Because that thing right now is my best friend. Yeah. Number 2.
Especially at this time of the year too.
Oh,
because it is hot as hell out there.
It's awful.
Terrible.
Already. My second favorite right now is probably gonna be the HA intensifier.
Yeah.
I love it. I have not needed any other moisture than that. So it's great.
Nice.
Because it's super light. It's like a gel.
Yeah.
It's like super light. It's like nothing.
I love the packaging for that one too. Ugh. It's purple. It's so pretty.
It's
That's
so
my
cute.
favorite color.
But I've been loving that. Man, that's a hard question. The micro scrub.
The micro polish?
Yeah.
From SkinCeuticals?
SkinCeuticals. Yeah, that one's good. As I'm saying that, I want to go home and do it to my face.
I just did it to my face.
Really good.
It feels great. It's a great exfoliant. It's very gentle. Even though it's so like good. Beaded, textured, it just goes on so smoothly. And you just need the slightest amount too. Yep. Oh my God, that tube has lasted me forever.
Probably 6 months.
Yeah, and I think it's like a 12-month. I think it's 12 months shelf life, or like once you open it. Yeah. But that tube it's a lot.
Yeah, because you don't need much, and you only need it twice a week.
Twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that stuff. It feels so good on my face.
I typically will use it like when I'm using heavier makeup. Yeah. Because I am, in the back, I kind of have my normal little routine. Yeah. But if I'm going somewhere or I have to put on a little bit more makeup, like today, I will definitely use the exfoliant because it's a very gentle, very mild.
But she gets the job done.
Oof, it just feels so clean afterwards.
And it feels good doing it.
It does.
I used to get in trouble in school. Michelle will vouch for this. I used to get in trouble with all the SD girls because I'm someone who's like, if you're going to scrub, you need to scrub,
Oh my God,
And so every time they would do like a scrub or like a chem peel on me or something, I'd be like, I want to feel it.
Oh my God. I need to feel it burn. I want to feel it just
like a hot towel. I want it hot.
Well, I will.
You should not do any of these things. Do as I say, not as I do.
Right.
But yeah, I'm that person.
I know.
It just feels good. Now I'm going to go home and exfoliate my face.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah.
It's going to feel great.
Ugh, I love that. Well, it's been so much fun talking with you and chatting, and like I said, this is only part 1 because we have so much more to continue on.
Absolutely.
So I'm so excited to do our little part 2.
Yay.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Stay tuned next week.
Stay tuned. Yes. But yeah, thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, just, thanks for being an amazing boss and a good SD partner and all the things.
Well, thanks for doing this. This was like the best idea.
I know. Thank you so much for being supportive too, because you and Lee were literally like, yes, let's do it.
Immediately, we're like, absolutely.
The ideas just started flowing to do the podcast.
No, this is so fun.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's loved it so far.
I know. I really do too. Like, even all of the employees so far have like been really excited and being like, oh, so when am I going to get on the podcast next? Or,
Chase was like, drawing names from a hat so that
I know, right? I'm like, I'm just trying to make my rounds, guys. I'm going to get to you.
22 employees. We'll get to you.
I know. Chase was like, what happens if we go viral? Then it can just be me and you. And I was like, shut the hell up, man. I'm trying to get everybody. I know, right?
He would.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this new episode. Follow us on all of our social media platforms, and we'll see you back next time. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.